What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today is my 10.5 month update. I'll be talking about texture hair, whether hair is still growing, where we're looking at as far as growth for the future, and all that stuff. But before I get too far in, I do want to say thank you so much if you're already a sub. If you aren't already, then subscribe. And yes, my hands, I'm always all over the place, but I did fracture my hand in a car accident this last weekend, about a week ago. So I am unfortunately dealing with that. So my fitness channel I'm doing, that is going to have to wait a little bit for actual updates. I have an idea for it, but yeah, you can tell I bit my lip, the inside and the out. It was a little fucked up in the car accident, but looking good now for the most part. And guys, I am super excited that I'm okay and able to make videos. But as far as the hair transplant goes, as you can see up close, without touching my hair, it looks really good. It's messy, of course, but I mean, here, as you can see, like that would be, now it's pretty much up in the air. And brushed it all back. Looks really good. And of course, gotta give you a above angle look. So the front part is the only part that got transplanted. I will be going back, as I said in the past, in September for my second hair transplant, which I'll be touching up the front and adding to the mid-ground and a little bit back to make it a full head of hair, okay? So I am actually going to point out, though, there is a ton, and I mean, dude, maybe to hear it, it sounds crazy. It sounds like the same as my beard, okay? There's so many baby hairs in here. I wish I could show you, but basically there's so much baby hair growing through the skin that you can hear the bristly when you like scratch your head or touch it. It is awesome. So I'm almost at 11 months and I still feel like it's coming at the same rate it's been coming in for the last 4 months, okay? Which is great news. It means I'm going to continue to have thicker and thicker hair because a lot of new hair is still coming through the skin, and that hair is going to take 9 months to mature. A lot of the hair I have right now isn't even at 9 months. I mean, guys, it takes, the first hairs that came in at 3 months will be at the 9-month maturity date and thickening between 12 to 18 months after the first date of hair transplant. So we have a ton of results to come as far as my hair looking even more natural, thicker, darker, and just overall better, I would say, for the next 12 months. Of course, it'll never be as noticeable as, day 1 to month 4, because that's where like so much hair comes in. You had no hair at all, and now you have hair. But it's going to continue to look more and more natural as we go. And then, of course, the second hair transplant being done around month 14, 15 will be a pretty good standard. I mean, I will see. If I still have hair coming through the skin at that time, that'll be shocking. I'm expecting it to like calm down in the next month or two, but we'll see. Stay tuned to see if we still have hair coming through the skin like this at that point. That'll be really, really exciting. But by month 14, 15, we should be able to see if the hair coming through the skin has slowed down significantly. And it, at that point, we'll just know that it's supposed to be thicker and stronger in the coming 6 months. But also, I will have new hair coming through the skin too, because I will have had the second hair transplant. So no matter what, my hair is going to look really amazing. And I'm really excited to be able to do, anything, because I'll be doing this area here with the hair transplant, the second one. And so I'll have a full head spike. Month 11 is coming up, guys. So I'll probably film a bunch of videos this week that I'll string out and show over the next 2 weeks, so you don't see the final month 11 update. But at the same time, month 11, I will be doing donor area, because I'm going to be cutting my hair down since it is so long right now. I mean, you can see, like, it's really long. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all trimmed down by a professional in the coming week or two before my 11-month update, so that it looks nice. We'll see what they can do with it. I've never gone to, like, I went to, like, a really good guy in the city, but he was more of, like, a hood barber rather than, like, professional stylist. So now that my hair's a little longer, we'll go to a stylist, see what they can do. And then, once I get my next hair transplant, I'll be able to do a lot more styles because I'll have even more hair further back in my head. But I am excited to see what they can do for me now, It should be cool. But guys, hopefully this answers any questions you do have. If you do have questions about like what percentage I'm at, I'd have to say 20% would be what I have left to go as far as hair growing in. Could it be 10? Yeah. Could it be 30%? Sure. I did stop using minoxidil, so I did have shedding, especially in the back. But I am using minoxidil, so I think that's helping retain some of the hair and regrow it quicker. And if you haven't seen my minoxidil versus minoxidil video, check that out on the channel. And guys, oh, I forgot to tell you guys, so exciting. Okay, so I am doing a really cool video for Friday, and that is going to be a top 5 questions to ask your doctor before getting a hair transplant, okay? In that, if you haven't already, I'm going to tell you to go check out hairtransplantreality.com. There is a sign-up area. You can enter your email, and you'll receive a PDF document for free, which is from me, and it's basically 30 questions that you can print out, and you can bring this to every single one of your doctor meetings. And they basically, you'll have to answer all those questions, and then you can do a real apples-to-apples comparison of like each doctor's answers, and then feel really comfortable remembering and knowing the differences between the doctors, okay? So it won't just be price. It'll be like, how much of the surgery do you do yourself? You know, practices and protocols for safety as far as like, you know, different viruses, including COVID. There's a ton of interesting questions that are in there that you might not have thought of also, besides for the baseline ones. And I think that'll be very, very helpful to a lot of men trying to look at their hair transplant doctor and see if they really can stand up against others. And I do recommend talking to a minimum of 5 to 10 doctors before choosing one, because it's really easy to get sold by marketing tactics or a good salesperson. You don't want to make a decision lightly when it comes to a hair transplant. I know when you finally decide, you know what, I'm going to do this, it can feel like you just want to be like, hey, you know what? I like this doctor. I'm going with him. I decided. Like, no, that's not the right way to feel. And I get that's the easy way to feel because it is stressful and it is a hard decision. And when you finally come to the point of being like, okay, I'm going to get a hair transplant, you just want it done immediately. You want all your hair. You want it done. You just want to trust them. But the right way to do it is to examine and talk to multiple doctors. Ensure you get multiple doctors' opinions on what kind of hair loss you can expect for the future and what plan you should have in place to not just slow and stop that, but also if the worst case were to happen and you were to have, you know, whatever the maximum projected hair loss is for yourself, do you have the donor hair to make it look good? Because, you know, you don't want a doctor telling you to do extreme density in the front, you know, when you only have a little widow's peak, but then you lose all his hair behind it, and now you don't have, you know, the hair to do it. So, you know, it's great you can do 5,000 grafts at once, but you don't want to fill a single inch line in the front with 5,000 grafts and have 2,000 for, you know, your temple area or like for the whole back of your head. It's just not, you don't want to leave yourself in that position. Or no grafts, because you might not have more than 5,000 donor grafts without making your hair look moth-eaten and bad. So that's a whole nother video I gotta do talking about that. But I will be doing those videos very shortly. Now that we're coming to the 1 year mark and my hair looks really great, and we're pretty much done with the first hair transplant, or like, you know, 80% through it. I also, you know what I should do? I should do a recommendation, because I think we're far enough in with this that I can actually tell people that I recommend the doctor I went to. Like, I've always liked him. I always believed in him. But I feel like now a formal recommendation would be fitting, because I feel like we're close. Although I want to wait to the 1 year mark because I wanted people to be fully believing in him. Because this is not full results. As I said, I can feel so much hair coming through that I want to have the best looking results when I go ahead and tell people, you know, to go to him. And again, there's plenty of great doctors out there. I mean, I always say this, Dr. Panine did mine. He's freaking amazing. But there's also Hassan and Wong, and there's also like Dr. Conier in Chicago, and there's also Dr. McGrath in Texas, just to name a couple really good doctors. And there's great ones, you know, in New York, in Cali, in Turkey, London. They're everywhere. But for every one good doctor, there is quite a few that are not up to that level, okay? And for Dr. Panine level, he is in the 1 percentile top range of doctors to go to. So, yeah, that's the quality that I was looking for. I'm looking for the, you know, that top percentile of perfection from a doctor. Once you get to that level, it's really hard to tell who really is better, because every doctor's going to cherry pick their results and be like, yeah, you know what? This is the best one. We're amazing. But like, it just depends on a person's healing and the quality of their hair and how much donor they really have. And even results can look different based on, like, if I had lighter hair, my results would look even better, because there would be less contrast between the dark hair and the light skin, because I'm super fair skinned. So the contrast would be less, therefore it would look fuller. It's just like when you have dark skin and dark hair, it looks super dense, and that's just how it goes. That is why SMP works and why, you know, it adds density to your hair. which is also something I'll be doing in the future after my second hair transplant. But guys, hopefully this was helpful for today's video. I know it's a little all over the place. I'm a little tired, but I want to get this video out because Friday is that big question video, and I'm excited for it. So stay tuned, subscribe, like, comment, and guys, I'll see you Friday. Cheers.